Doctor Who. Uh, Millie Gibson. We've talked about Millie Gibson on Jed's channel. We've talked about it here. She is the current Doctor Who companion, an attractive young woman, got a nice body, nice face, can't act worth shit,
Nope.
but at least she's hot. And at least it kind of for a moment dispelled, oh, they're not afraid to put a hot white girl on something. Well, Jed, that's over, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's entirely over. Now, a lot of speculation came from a lot of Millie Gibson's interviews in the last few weeks. She's had a lot of terrible ones, like they're focusing on the Gen Z audience. It's going to be very controversial and stuff like that. But a few weeks ago, she said that in 2025, she's going to be looking for new auditions, new roles, stuff like that. And a lot of people took that to mean, is she fired? Is the show canceled? What is going on here? I definitely didn't take it in that extreme
We were hesitant
direction
to jump on that. We're like, yeah, you know what? Let's
Yeah.
wait for something
Especially
really
because they're filming the season for 2025 right now.
we knew season 2 was happening. Yeah.
So if the season was coming out in 2025, that means she'd have time in 2025 to film. So that made sense to me. But we have some reports from the Mirror that claim that she will not indeed be the main companion for season 2. She is in fact getting replaced this soon. And the biggest problem with this isn't the fact that she's not coming back for season 2. We've had several one season companions, and she will be appearing in the second season though. So the best comparison seems to be Martha Jones, because Martha Jones was one season companion but showed up in a couple episodes of the subsequent season. Seems to be what they're doing with her as well. The question is this a planned plot point, or is it firing of a diva? Because there's been a lot of reports that she's been difficult on the sets, she's hard to work with, she's a major diva. There's some stuff like that going on, or it could just be the fact that they wanted additional diversity. There's so many things that you can speculate with this replacement of her character. I think the biggest problem with all this, though, is the fact that we know about it this soon. We've only gotten a single episode of Millie Gibson, with another 8 reportedly coming out starting in May that feature her, so we kind of know where her story is going to end. She's not going to die, but she's not going to be the companion. She's probably going to end up on Earth and being fine, with her boyfriend played by, it looks like, the actor who played Prince Eric in the live-action Little Mermaid film from earlier this year.
That limp-wristed twink?
Yep, and he's the one who's been rumored to have, a crush on Ncuti Gatwa. They're going for a love triangle similar to Twilight and Bella, with Ncuti Gatwa being Bella, with Millie Gibson's character and her boyfriend's character, in love with him simultaneously. So that's going to be...
I was saying, don't insult Twilight like that, come on.
Dude, I will insult Twilight all day. It's Twilight.
I will insult that all day.
I'm not offended. It's like, hang on a minute.
But there are some issues. There are some issues with this report, though. The Mirror is the only one that was initially reporting it, and now all the other big news sites are picking it up because of the Mirror. They're saying the Mirror reported this, but we've gotten no confirmation of this from the BBC or any of the actors or people involved. It is just the Mirror said their insider told them this, so there is some ambiguity to this report. There is a major grain of salt that should be taken with this news, and even the quotes that they supposedly have from Russell T Davies, they are putting them in quotation marks, and other sites are using them as actual Russell T Davies quotes about the situation. But this article says our insider said that Russell said this. So I have issues with this reporting. I don't know if it's real. But Dre, are you prepared to see what the new...
We do have an actress that's replacing.
We do have a reported actress who will be replacing Millie Gibson. Okay. And are you ready for this, Dre?
I'm ready.
So we're going from a hot white chick that was the main saving grace for a lot of people.
And to preference, she was in Andor.
This actress, the replacement actress, was in Andor. So Disney totally not getting involved in Doctor Who, pushing their own actors into the show. All right, Trey, here you go. This is the new Doctor Who companion, one of the oldest we've ever gotten. She's 31, I believe. Here we go. She has a distinctive look. That's important. Distinctive look. Now, this might just be a bad photo, okay? Sure, probably just a bad photo. Let's go on to another one.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Maybe not a bad photo.
Yeah, now... I've been told by people in our circle that there are better angles that she looks hotter in, and all I say is I saw her in Andor where she played a dirty lesbian. And when I say dirty lesbian, I mean because she was like physically dirty, not that lesbians are dirty. She was filthy. They were living in the wilderness, and she smelled. but she was a dirty lesbian in that one who needed to shower. And
This is her name. I can't pronounce it, but
Varada Sefu.
there's not really any good ones that aren't major like photo shoots that are touched up. Like these are photo
Okay, I have
shoots.
questions.
And
I
Millie
have
Gibson
questions.
takes a lot of selfies of herself where her boobs are out.
Yes, she does.
Oh, that's something. Okay. So why the switch? Do we know why?
No,
More diversity.
probably my diversity.
More diversity.
Because she's Indian or
Yes.
Middle Eastern? Or...
Yeah, she's Indian.
I was gonna say she's Pakistani.
Okay.
Yeah, she's British Indian, and that's what it's said here. Indian-born British actress, right here.
Okay.
That's all I know from is that description right there. But of course, the few people on Twitter who are actually genuinely liking this show, their response has been stuff like this. Oh
Really?
my god, it's the first non-white TARDIS. There's not a single white person on the TARDIS. Been praying for this.
God.
And then, there's this one as well. There's several of these tweets from these diehard stands of the current era who are just celebrating the fact that she's not white, and that's all they care about.
Wait,
not a single.
Hold on. Wait a second. Are they celebrating that nice white lady lost her job?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's mean.
No, well, the new one's diverse, Dre, so it's okay.
Nah, man.
White people are supposed to be put in their place and replaced.
Like the equivalent would be, Jed, somehow your channel gets owned by somebody. They fire you and then put me in there. That's kind of messed up. That's messed up.
And I can say, because I've actually seen this chick act, she's not an upgrade acting wise from Millie Gibson. No,
Really?
No whatsoever. She
I
is flat.
never saw Andor, so I have no idea.
She doesn't. She delivers nothing. She brings nothing to the table in terms of.
So
acting
pretty much
quality.
every Doctor Who actor they're casting, besides
Yes.
the big celebrity draws.
Yeah. So here's the thing. To go back to what you said before, we get one season of Millie Gibson. We now know before it even starts that she's one and done. And go back in time, as you said, we didn't know that about Martha Jones.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't know that she was one and done. When you're watching a story, at least for me, if we're getting introduced to a new character, if I want to keep watching, I want to know where their story is going to lead. Now we've been told her story is going to be done in one season. Where's the interest? Where's the compelling draw to see what happens? She's either going to walk away or die. There, and because you told us
she's in
that
season
she's
2,
going to come back, yeah.
Mhm.
So she's just going to walk away for whatever reason.
Probably.
Why? Then
I want it to be because of her race. Like, there's a racist Rosa Parks episode, and Shooty God was like, I cannot in good conscience travel with a white person anymore. I want that speech.
and also I want your boyfriend.
But
But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There is no compelling reason to follow the story of Ruby Sunday now. Because we know it's going to get concluded right away, and we know that fact that she's coming back, whatever peril she may be put in, it's going to be resolved instantaneously.
Well, yeah, companions have died in the past, a lot, in fact. So there was still risk involved with being a companion. It wasn't like I don't know, another type of show, a Disney show, where you're just like, oh yeah, everyone's going to survive. These stakes don't matter. It's not that type of show. Risks do matter, but now it's just like
Perfect example.
Should be fine.
Rory, Matt Smith, first run. When he died, we didn't know he was going to come back as Robin Robot Rory. We didn't know that. So when Rory dies, like, damn, Rory just got killed.
Well, and when they do kill companions, it sets up something amazing. As much as Peter Capaldi's final season, season 10, is rough. There are a lot of issues, especially with the character of Bill. I love what happened to her.
Wait. Did you know Bill was gay?
I did. They really wanted to make sure we knew. I do have to say, the one time that they wanted to make sure we knew she was gay that I laughed at was when she was on a date with this girl in her flat, and the Pope walked out of her bedroom and started yelling at them for being gay. I laughed. Okay, I laughed. But at the end of her season, when she died, she came back as a Cyberman. And I love that story arc with her because she's dealing with it. She has no time to tell you that she's a lesbian. She's just like, I'm a cyborg right now. What does that mean for my psychology? How am I going to move forward with this? And they made something really cool out of a companion's death. So now that possibility's off the table entirely is disappointing.
So I don't care. I didn't care anyway. I only care for my channel because Dermy and I are going to dual review this for everybody. But this is not surprising. And I've seen a couple of tweets out there where they go, "Oh my God, this shows that Russell T Davies, he's not going to stop. He's going to keep pushing the envelope. He's rolling. Let him cook." I hate that phrase. Let him cook. I really have grown to hate. It's one of those phrases that have been co-opted, and I hate.
Oh yeah.
All it means is we're talking about somebody that has zero creativity, and it's a stand phrase that's running cover for the fact that the ideas that are going to come out of here now are either purely agenda driven or stale and unoriginal.
Well,
And
we've
I
seen
think
these
both apply to Russell T Davies at this point.
Oh, absolutely. And I've seen that phrase most commonly associated with the future of Rings of Power. People who said a show is never good until at least its third or fourth season. Yes, I heard that. Is you can't blame the first season for being bad because all shows are bad till their third or fourth season. They're saying let Amazon
Daredevil.
cook. Daredevil. That's a great example. Only got 3 seasons and it's just beautiful.
It was beautiful, all 3. So I don't want to hear that crap. That notion of it has to give it 4 years before it gets good. What kind of nonsense is that?
Well, it's not 4 years; it's 8 now. With how much time is in between seasons these days.
Even
here's
worse.
the thing. Go ahead, Dre. Finish talking.
No, but that's the thing. Like to say that, hey, you have to devote at least 3 seasons for me to actually get something good out of your product. That's crazy talk. That's nonsense. I used to have a rule back in the day. I used to have a rule for when television used to be syndicated, when you were going to get 20 episodes a season. I say you get 4 episodes to hook me.
Yeah. The 4 to 6, the 4 average. Yeah, it was always like 4 to 6.
You get 4 to hook me. That's a month. Because based on syndicated television, that's a month. You have a month to get me hooked. If you don't hook me in a month, I'm out. That was my rule.
Yeah, I do that as well. When I'm watching something 3-4 episodes, if it's good, I'll carry on watching it. If not, I have no interest.
Well, that's an important rule because with Arcane, that ended up being one of my favorite shows of the last decade, really. It took me a second watch through to get through those first few episodes, like you're saying, to get me hooked. And now I love those first few episodes now, but it took a little while. So yeah, I think that's a very fair amount. It's about 4.
One of the most famously used examples of you gotta wait till it gets better is people try to say, look at Deep Space Nine. But the thing is, though, the example of that is, though, within those first 2 seasons, while season 3 is when it really kicks into high gear, there are great moments and great episodes in seasons 1 and 2 that are usually character defining episodes. Therefore, you can't say, and I said this when I was an immature critic and viewer, much younger. Oh, DS9 doesn't get good to really season 3. Yeah, I watch it half a dozen times all the way through later. No, it's good in seasons 1 and 2. You just have to know what you're watching, and you have to be ready to appreciate the character development episodes that are early on, as Ira Stephen Bear was setting everything up for what was going to happen with the Dominion War. And you have to understand that. But you guys are correct. You cannot use the let's wait until season 3 when it gets good. No, you haven't earned that. Nobody earns that, especially in today. And that's one of the things I always like to come back to. You can't just ask us to give it time. You can't just ask us to wait and see anymore. We have had so many disappointments, so many abominations out there that we have just witnessed destroy things we love. There's no reason for us to give anything a chance until we watch it. I'm not. Let me rephrase that. We have no reason to believe that you're going to give us something good. And if we watch a trailer and it looks like garbage, if we watch a clip and it looks like garbage, and then we see the first episode and it is garbage, then I'm sorry. We are within our rights as customers and fans to say this is garbage. And if you're a reviewer like myself, I have every right to make a video and say why it's garbage, point by point, scene by scene. And if you don't like it, well, that's a you problem. And if you come into my comment section or anybody else's comment section and vomit your diarrhea, rehashed SJW agenda bullshit to try and defend why I'm a bigot, because that's all you can do is call me a istinophobe and a bigot, then I'm sorry. Again, that's a you problem. You just can't handle that I don't like something you do. And that, as it turns out, usually the majority of people do not like something you do. Excuses. We don't play that around here. And real fans are tired of it. We just want good entertainment. And if we're seeing a character here that is also, let's be honest, Ruby Sunday is not an interesting character by any means.
Oh
so
God,
far.
no.
I mean, she doesn't move. She doesn't move the story at all. She has zero presence, zero agency. To
Her
even
story
feel
doesn't
from.
make sense.
No, it doesn't. We're not interested in her anyway. But you're going to tell us that her story's already done before we've actually seen it begin to play out. She's going to survive. Then that's it. Why are we doing this?
I do want to use an example of way you can do that right. There is a Doctor Who character who we knew her ending from the first episode she was introduced.
I know.
River Song.
River Song, yeah.
That is an example of how to do it correctly, but that was planned. That was part of the writing is we want you to know how she ends at the beginning. This was an accident or a leak or something like that. So there is a difference here, but it is possible to do it right. This is definitely the wrong way to find out.
When it came with River Song, you had an actual quality actress.
Of course.
With Alex Kingston.
And it was tragic.
Yeah.
Yeah, River Song's story is phenomenal. Dre, since you probably don't know, there was a character introduced in Doctor Who. In the first episode we met her, she talked about how she'd known the Doctor for decades. A close personal relationship, even knew his name. No one knows that. It might even be marriage type relationship. Like this lady knows the Doctor, but the Doctor has no idea who she is. And at the end of the episode, or the two-parter, she dies tragically saving his life. And so we know going forward that he's going to meet her and develop this relationship with her. But at the back of his mind the whole time, he's going to know where she's going to end up. And it adds this level of tragic irony to their entire relationship. Like every time she turns her back when they eventually meet, as they should later on, his eyes just sink and he's just like depressed. He's like, I love being with this woman. Woman is incredible. And I know her family and I want to be near her. But whenever she turns her back, he can't help but express his guilt and his grief at losing her. It's so well done.
And we get a beautiful bittersweet episode, The Husband's River Song.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives you get that they get
Full
their
circle.
moment of a happy ending. It's a moment of a happy ending before the end because it's good though. It's good, it's great, and you're absolutely right, Jed. That's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
But then back then Stephen Moffat was quality.
He was
quality. Doctor Who, R.I.P. Doctor Who.
That's all you can say.
We will. We'll celebrate you while you were still good, and we'll rip you apart while you're shit. Just to piss off these new Who stands. That's the only reason I'm doing it. Just to piss them off. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you'd like to reach out to me, please email me at theranernerd@gmail.com for all channel business purposes. I am on Twitter now, mostly for promotion and sharing of videos, maybe a little shit stirring here and there. Who knows? @theranernerd. You can also find me at the Geeks and Gamers forums under @ROAS, and you can see me on Rumble and Odyssey under the Renaissance Nerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.